Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here with my good friends Rob, Sam, and Torin. Just a somewhat impromptu live stream on a Thursday night. I don't know what day it is really, but yeah, I'm told it's a Thursday. Um, hey, there is our friend Bobby. Good to see you, sir.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so we had our fourth little baby. 4 or 5. So we're aiming for one more.
Oh,
Uh, and yeah, so the excuse was, use that to get a watch to commemorate the occasion, and that's the excuse. So, um, yeah,
have you done that with your other three previous children?
yes. None of those watches exist. uh, I think the third one. So my second one was just as I was getting into watches, so
Okay.
I didn't get one for her birthday, but with my third one I did, and yeah, that's not here anymore. Although for a long time I thought it would be a keeper. Um, but yeah, before we get started on the chat, uh, Bobby, how was your day and what's on your wrist?
I'm good. I probably slightly more energy than you have today.
Yeah,
And congratulations, my friend, on
thank
the
you,
on the
sir.
birth of the fourth. I can't
Yeah.
believe you're doing 5, but you are much younger than I am, so you do have a lot more energy. 2 is the hard cap. Mrs. Legs wants 3. I was like, no, no, 2 is good. 2 is good. I got my the yub.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
And you, Torrin, how's your day going? And what's on your wrist?
Yeah, my day's going fairly well, thanks. And again, congratulations. I mean, on
Thank you, sir.
the birth of your happy, healthy child. I'm just
Yes.
wondering, was that like bundled up and you walked into the AD with your new infant?
No, no, I didn't do that. I took my youngest with me. So grandma came over to help out, and I took the youngest because he's the highest maintenance, and whipped over to my AD, and was a quick deal because we had chatted on Saturday, pretty much. So
So you
yeah,
mean your second youngest, right?
yes, yes, my second youngest. He used to be my youngest. Yeah. And on your wrist, Tor?
Oh yeah. Hoping you came to your senses and decided to
Oh,
pick up a
nice.
white bird.
Nice. Great choice, man. Beautiful.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Bobby number 2.0? Good day for you?
It was a good day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a um, busy day, but okay.
Yeah.
And I am wearing a the GP ceramic
Nice.
laureate.
How are you liking that so far?
Loving it. It's
Yeah.
no scratches.
Yeah.
So and it's very legible. So I've been
Yeah.
wearing it nonstop. So
Yeah. It's such a great pickup. You're expecting too, right? I don't know if sorry, I probably shouldn't just blurt that out.
that's all right. I am.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um have you, like, as a pediatrician, I know, like, we spoke to a lot of pediatricians the past couple of days. My wife only just got home yesterday. We had a couple of complications, but um, have have you been to a lot of births? Like,
yeah,
you're often, yeah,
yeah. So the births of babies, I think during residency, a lot of them to you know resuscitation, all that stuff when you're
oh yeah,
to be a board certified pediatrician.
right,
But now I don't now I don't usually attend births or anything like that.
okay,
That's not my specialty in peds. But
yeah,
that being said, yeah. Uh,
yeah. Because with every pediatrician I spoke to, I always like was staring at their wrist, trying to see if they were wearing a watch. It's like, hey, I know a pediatrician. He's got a great collection. But yeah,
yeah, not much of the that like probably like everybody can agree to like a lot of our friends in our same field probably are not the greatest watch enthusiasts,
yeah,
and the
for
same
sure.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to look in myself in the mirror and Pull up a watch and okay, nice watch.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the most I saw was an Apple Watch, so it's kind of sad. How are you, Sam?
Doing well.
Yeah.
Finished off with a day of work, and yeah, I mean, congratulations on your daughter and your new awesome pickup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's on your wrist?
I have today. I'm actually wearing the Stover Marine Originals
Oh,
on
right.
wrist today. Yeah,
Very cool. That's a 42.
I think this. Yeah, you're correct. It's a
Yeah.
42 mil. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite large, and it has a nice wrist presence.
Yeah, it
which
looks
I
good on
quite
you.
like. Yeah,
Doesn't even look like it has a bezel. It's like all dial.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of does have a bezel, but you're correct.
Yeah.
The dial is large. Yeah.
Well, saying hi to everyone in the chat. We got Junior Johnson. Good to see you, sir. Kevin, Bill K, Bruno. Thanks so much for all the congratulations. It was really like overwhelming. Like you guys with Bobby, Rob, when you did Watch Soup, and I was close to tears because you guys are so kind and you know, I felt so much love. So it was really. I was also sleep deprived, which is why I was close to tears. But no, seriously though, I do appreciate it all. Like Chaz, thank you, thank you everyone. Chaz, good to see you. Let's see, I'm really blowing through here, but Keith is here as well. Good to see you, Young Excellency. Cool, good to see you. Has the Zenith and Seiko with him in the delivery room, so I'm thinking they'll be keepers. This is the video. Have you guys? I mean, Torin, you don't have kids, do you?
No.
Rob, were you into watches back when you had kids?
Yeah. Well, I was getting back into collecting when my son was born in early 2017,
Okay.
and then by the time my daughter was born, I was into them. You know, I was like thinking like, you know, what watch am I gonna wear at her birthday? I totally forgot which one I wore. I totally forgot. I have no idea which one I wore. So, but I remember thinking that. You know what? I think it was a G-Shock. I think I was trying to figure out the most comfortable thing to wear because I knew I was gonna spend time in the hospital for a few days.
Yeah. I actually took two. So I had the SLA.
Okay. So before we go into that, we
Yeah.
want to ask a couple of questions before that. I know you're sleep deprived, Sanjay, and but I think we'll take it from here. We just have a couple of questions to answer before. I think everybody's given their wristwatch checks. I do acknowledge everybody of this expert panel here, Bobby, Corin, Sam. But is it okay if we ask you for further few questions, Sanjay?
Yes,
Just
of course.
just general questions. Sir.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah.
All right. Oh, Your Honor. Okay, sounds good. Great. I'm just going to turn on the light a little bit here. And get these questions here. All right. So, can you just state your name to the panel here? Just your first name.
Yes. My name is Sanjay.
Okay. And would you like to spell that your first name to the panel and the jury here who's listening?
Yes. It's Sanjay.
Okay, awesome. And do you swear that the evidence you're about to testify is going to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Absolutely, I do.
The truth,
And
Sanjay.
Are you of sound mind right now?
Yes.
And you're in sound physical health right now?
I am.
And are you sleep deprived?
No, not today.
Good. And is your family safe and healthy?
Indeed, yes, sir.
Good. And I would like to take this time to congratulate Sanjay
Thank you.
and Emily. And I'm hoping that Emily is doing well right now. All right.
She
I'm told that you like watches. Is that true or false?
It is 100% true.
Awesome. And I'm told, so we're going to get the depth of the topics right now.
Yep.
I was told that in the last 12 months you've owned a Zenith A384 El Primero.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. I'm not asking if you have it right now. We'll get to that in a second. You have a Seiko Prospects in the last 12 months, the SLA 055J1.
Yes.
Is it true that you paid more than $3,000 for that watch?
I sure did. I did. Yes.
Sorry. I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. And the SBGJGY003 has been in your collection in the last 12 months.
Yes, it has.
Has there been a Tudor Black Bay 58 blue
Indeed.
in the last 3 months?
Yes. Yes.
And you've had a winter Seiko, a Grand Seiko, sorry, I shouldn't say Seiko, Grand Seiko SPGA 415 in the last 3 months as well.
Yes, sir.
Is there any other watch of horological significance that you would want to signify right now? Any other watch? Because these are the watches that have been brought up to my attention that may have been traded for your possibly for your new watch. Again, this is hypothetical. We will get into those questions very, very quickly.
Yeah. Let me pull up my spreadsheet here real quick because I sometimes have trouble keeping track.
Did you submit this into evidence, Sanjay? The spreadsheet?
Yes.
Did you mention the Alpinist?
Yes, I was going to say the Alpinist, the Seiko SJE085.
Thank you so much.
This is Exhibit A. Is this Exhibit A you're showing, Sanjay?
No comment.
Okay, great. And we're gonna just this is just some guesses here, and you don't have to comment on this, Sanjay. But a certain person named Colin was guessing that you traded in your SLA and BB58 for a Suwa. Rick actually guessed that you got a white birch. Someone also asked, that's myself, was a Gray Side of the Moon for the Suwa, the SLA and the Black Bay 58. Chaz, I believe, was mentioning that you may have gotten the Gold Stunner that you always asked for or were yearning for the last couple of months by giving away your SLA BB58 and 003. This is a wild card. Hublot Big Bang was mentioned. And then somebody else was mentioning that you also got the Gold Stunner, but you gave away the Zenith as well. And there were a few other ones. Amin, again, Gold Stunner was another mentioned multiple times here. So this is the majority of the people who the panel, the jury, I guess, would say that you went for the Gold Stunner. Now, I'm going to ask the panel here what they think of the expert panel here. What they think. I'll start with Bobby up top, and we'll go clockwise. Bobby,
Right.
do you think you have any input on this?
Well, I like to submit for the court my theory of what Sanjay may have picked up. And granted, it is a wild theory. Not too much proof based in this, except for a few little sentences here and there I've heard Sanjay say in the past. And I've deduced using my logic this particular choice. Sanjay, is it correct that you are or your family come from Sri Lanka?
It is correct. Yes.
Sri Lanka, forget about geopolitical nonsense, but Sri Lanka has close ties, you would say, to India, correct?
Indeed. Yes.
Correct. In India, it is very common to give gold or to purchase gold for a special event like a wedding or a birth of a child.
It is. Yes.
Sanjay, in the recent months, have you considered? You've considered several brands to purchase. Is one of those brands potentially Rolex?
It is. It has been. Yes.
Members of the jury and the panel, I believe, and this is a wild card. This is a stunner. This is not a Grand Seiko. This is not a Seiko. This is not whatever Seiko. I say that Sanjay has picked up a two-tone Rolex Explorer, and that is my answer.
And Mr. Rob, I greatly appreciate your input. We will allow that hypothesis.
Thank
you.
A
very well deduced hypothesis as well, tying into cultural significance. I think that is a very, very, very bold hypothesis as well. Sanjay going Rolex, I think that is something that would stun all of us.
Yes, and if this and Bobby, if I can just add, my logic also goes to the fact that if this is intended for his daughter one day, the size, the 36 millimeter size, would be perfect. It's for a woman or a man. So that's part of the reasoning as well.
I think the 36 millimeter being a unisex watch definitely should be taken into consideration. And so we will definitely think about putting the two-tone gold Rolex Explorer, so 36 millimeter, high up on our differential. Torrin,
Yep.
would you have any input on this? And I know that you kind of signified with your wristwatch check today that he may be going back to an old love, his Grand Seiko White Birch. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, that's my hope, but I have a more methodical and logical approach that I'd like to ask the witness.
Please continue.
Sanjay, would you say that you're very good at discerning things and you have a lot of logic and you just see things through?
I would.
Would you say you want to be an engineer?
I used to.
All right. So I can see that you have some strong logic, but over the past week or so, and given the past few events of leading up to the birth of your child, would you say that maybe you've been a little sleep deprived and maybe, I don't know, things have become less logical to you?
Yes. Yes.
Are you saying it's
you could
become more
almost
emotional?
say- pardon?
More emotional, less logical, and more emotional? I just want to clarify that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All
More emotional. Especially
More
Saturday, where I was gonna.
Please note
Yeah.
that Sanjay, aka, I just want to make sure, engineer /wannabe has mentioned that he was less logical and more emotional. Could have been more emotional in his purchase. Keep going. Sorry, Mr. Torrent.
So, in effect, then you weren't as rational. Things aren't always as black and white, but you could say things got a little more gray. Like the gray side of the moon. You got the gray side of the moon.
Okay. So that, and do you think that he traded in anything, Torrent, to get that, attain that hypothetical?
I do. I think he had time to think about his original interaction. He went back to the scene of the crime and he renegotiated. He realized he really wanted the gray side of the moon. So perhaps I think he went in a little stronger.
Sure.
Perhaps he got rid of his 003. And
003. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think that's gone.
All right. I just want to clarify, Sanjay, you mentioned this multiple times that you think you would never part away with the 003. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, awesome. Sam, I know you're overseas, but we needed overseas somebody across the greater pond of the Pacific Ocean for expert to complete this expert panel. What do you say?
I will ask the witness one question.
Sure.
Did you buy 2 watches?
Oh.
This is why we get him. 2 watches.
I think you got the gray side of the moon, and I think the Zenith left. The Zenith and Black Bay left, and I think you may have potentially gotten a second watch as well. But I do think the gray side of the moon is something you'd get.
That is interesting. What does the rest of the panel think? Multiple watches, multiple trades, multiple watches. We never thought about this. Could be not just a single price. This could be multiple watches here.
I think Sam has hit on something here. I think Torrin has hit something on here with Sanjay's state of mind over the course of the last couple of days. That it is quite possible that Sanjay did a 3 or 4 for 2. I like it. Yeah, I think it's quite possible. Yeah.
Could it be? I just want to clarify, just to add to the plot twist here. You did not know the sex of the baby until the baby was delivered, right? That's correct.
Right, that is correct.
This hypothesis could have been made. He brought one maybe for a watch for a girl and maybe one for a boy, and then just kept both of them, thinking that he might trade in the other one. Maybe just a possibility. But again, let's not conjecture here. Let's go into the facts, right? All right, I think we're ready to ask about the hard questions. I'm going to ask if these watches are still in your collection.
All right. I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to say in the order of priority here, but the Seiko, sorry, the Seiko SPGY 003. Is that watch still in your collection today?
Do we have like a drum roll?
Yes, or a simple yes or no would
Installing.
suffice, and we will take that into evidence. The oohs and ahs can occur from the panel.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? Since she said drum panel, I'm gonna just hold that point here. I'm told that we need to ask the simpler questions here. The Winter SPGA 415, is that in your collection right now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of.
So he has at least one Grand Seiko.
Would we all agree that the next one I should ask is the Seiko Alpinist? The Seiko Alpinist, is that still in your collection? Yes or no?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm.
May be brought to the jury as well as the panel that he states that it is not currently in his collection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're
Wait,
going to
then
s-
can
yes,
I just
go on.
interject here? Because I thought Bobby was way off base with a two-tone Rolex, but I've heard in the past Sanjay say that Alpinist totally quenched his urge to buy a Rolex, and now it's gone.
Yep.
Well said. Point well taken here. The next one that we have here is going to the Swiss watch here, the Tudor Black Bay 58 Blue. Is that watch still in your collection? Yes or no? And I just want to clarify before we go into that answer. You have owned this watch before and sold it before. Yes or no?
Yes.
Is that watch currently in your collection? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, he's totally getting
Oh.
Rolex. He totally got a Rolex.
So I just want to make sure. Do you have currently a Swiss watch more than $5,000 in value at this current moment, excluding the new watch? Do you have that a Swiss watch more than 5,000, excluding new
Yes.
watch? You do. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. Do you still have the Zenith A384 El Primero, which you have owned for a long period of time? I would say like 3 months. Is that correct?
Yes. 3
Yeah,
months.
I'm talking. You're okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is that watch still in the collection? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I
Looks
see
like
that.
it is.
I see that you have the watch on your wrist. Please note that he did not answer the question, but we
Yes.
presume that is not a Panda Dial Daytona. Can you just show that on your wrist again? It looks like a Zenith A38. Okay, just want to make sure. Awesome. It does not look like a Omega 2998 either. That is a beautiful watch, by the way. That's just a personal opinion. Do you have the Grand Seiko SBGY 003, which you have mentioned earlier multiple times on multiple streams with video evidence, that you would never think of parting ways with that watch? Is that watch still in your collection? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Okay.
A lot of relief sighs from the jury, I hear. Okay. Awesome. Right. At this point, I would ask the panel here if I would just want to clarify that you answered yes, that you do not have the Seiko Alpinist and you do not have the Tudor Black Bay 58. I want to ask the expert panel because I just, you're my expert team as well. Did I miss any watches? Because I'm going to clarify that with him as well. Did I miss
SLA
any watches?
055.
005. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I didn't miss that. I did write it down, but can you answer Torn's question? The question's been redirected to the defendant.
Yes. Yes.
Do you still have that watch? Yes or no?
I do.
Wow. Just want to clarify that the watch that costing more than $3,000 is still in his collection. That was a wild card that was mentioned that not to be in the collection. But so, is there any other watch, Sanjay, besides the Seiko and the Tudor Black Bay 58 that has been traded? We're going to more specifics now. Has there been more than those 2 watches that have been traded away?
No.
Okay. Now we're just going to take a small recess for Sanjay. You expert panel. Do you guys have any idea what the watch is now? You have narrowed down.
I tell you what, I thought I had a good chance here. Now I'm starting not to think so.
Okay. Does it? So you're still thinking that could be a True Tone? He might add a cache with the 2 watches. The Great Side of the Moon, of course, that was what my guess. But Sam, you're thinking 2 watches possibly? I mean, did he switch to 2? He's done this before with the Planet Ocean, and he's done 2 watches too. So he's done it before. So this is not new behavior. But I just want to know if there's anything that has changed your mind or narrowed it down, or are we still cloudy at this point?
I still think it's the grey side of the moon.
The Gray Side of the Moon. Okay, Torin, you're still going with the Gray Side of the Moon. Bobby, you're thinking Rolex. Now when you heard the tutor went down, you thought.
Well, I was thinking 2-tone Rolex Explorer. I still think because he's only traded in 2 watches, it seems. The cash differential is still pretty huge there. I would say then maybe I'm still thinking Rolex, and I'm still thinking, I would say regular Explorer now at this point. I thought he might go gold because it's traditional. And
are we talking stainless steel now? Are we?
Yeah, I'm just going stainless steel now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, and the next question the next 2 questions will probably help us narrow it down. So the 2 easier questions to narrow it down is it not a precious? Is this a precious metal watch? Sanjay, you can say yes or no. Is this a precious metal watch?
Remember, you're under oath.
No, he did testify earlier. That's why, if you want, we can replay this again. But
Not entirely.
Not entirely.
okay, so Torin, if you clarify, like what I was mentioning too, I do think that the Gray Side of the Moon, being full ceramic case, it does have platinum dust.
Yeah, it's a platinum dial
on the dial. I feel like we are
and white gold indices.
So I think that again, I feel like that might be the one, but again, he said not entirely.
I know people in the chat are saying 2-tone, but it could be just a gold case and a strap, leather strap. So let's not jump to conclusions, chat.
Exactly. This is why we have, we need evidence, right? So the next question should help us narrow down as well. Is this watch brand a brand that's based in Asia, or is it based in Europe?
Asia.
Wow.
Whoa.
So Torin, that's why Bobby was mentioning. You always look at all the other. Is this Asian country Japan?
Yes.
All right. Now I will give it the floor is yours, Sanjay. Please reveal your watch to the panel here, as well as to the eyewitnesses that are still watching the stream.
Still watching.
All right, I'm going to go solo here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go full screen.
Reveal.
Full screen.
You guys ready? It's the Grand Seiko SLGH 271.
Wow. Congratulations there. And you know what, Sanjay? I want to say that no one guessed that. So this is why we respect you from the bottom of our hearts. Is you always throw in a curveball, and in this case as well, none of the input that I've gotten, none of the data that I got showed that you were going to go for that exact model. Grand Seiko was there in many people's lips, but not that exact model. Please tell us why you chose it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mentioned it the other day too. It was my plan B, basically for picking it up. I wanted to do the Gray Side of the Moon, but they just weren't budging on price, no discount for some strange reason. And so I pivoted and I got 2 watches actually. So
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, Sam, so at least kudos to you for saying the multiple watch theory.
I
So-
knew it.
So I guess wait. I guess I have to turn the light back on. Sorry, this is premature of me. This is so unprofessional. Is the second watch okay? So he just mentioned a Grand Seiko, and he said he had a second watch. This is out of the blue. This is like there's so many emotions. You got to keep it cool here. Panel, please help me out. What do you think the second watch? Do you think it's another?
I think
Seiko or
I
Grand Seiko?
think if it's not a Norris, it's a win, no matter what.
Okay, all right. Torin.
I'm guessing another Seiko, but I don't know what kind.
Okay, and Sam, since you're the one who guessed it correctly, the multiple watch theory.
It could be another Tudor.
Another Tudor. Okay.
Not sure on the model, but it could be another Tudor. And not a diver, I think.
A
Maybe you
diver.
got the two-tone 36 Black Bay or something.
Okay,
Possible.
so we're gonna go to that question again. Is this a precious metal watch? The second watch you took to celebrate your daughter's birth. Is that a precious watch?
no.
Sam was mentioning the question. I don't know if you heard it. Sanjay, aka Engineer Wannabe, he said that it is a diver watch. He had a strong feeling that this is the most confident he's been when he said that too. Is it a diver watch?
No.
The third question I have is like similar to the first watch. Is this a watch based in Europe or a watch based in Asia?
Based in Asia.
Another Seiko.
So, as our expert panelist here, Torna was mentioning, is it a Seiko?
No.
And so, just to clarify, it's not a Seiko. Is this a 2-for-2 Grand Seiko sweep? Yes or no?
It is.
And no pun intended for the sweep. Is this a sprint?
Oh, I know what it is. I'm guessing.
Okay, Torn, please. have-
SPGN 005.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Is this a quartz movement or a spring driving movement?
Quartz.
And it's not, are you sure it's not the 005?
please, Sanjay,
If
please
you got the
reveal to the
003,
floor.
man, you could have had mine. I'm just saying.
Reveal to the floor the watch.
It is.
And I just want to make sure if Oil Money's still on the stream. Well,
The SBGX 261.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. This the reason I picked this one up was mainly because of Corey. Corey planted the seed back in my head, and he recently got this watch, and it made me really miss it, and it made me want to move out of the Alpinist into this. So
I was gonna say it looks like the Alpinist.
it's a substitution of the Alpinist into 9F. So now I have my Grand Seiko trifecta again. I've got my spring drive, my high beat, which is this guy, and 9F. So I'm happy on the Grand Seiko front for now.
For now.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Congratulations as well. Anything from the panel here? He gave us two stunning Grand Seiko watches here. Which, if I had to ask you, which watch are both watches to celebrate, or is it just one particular and you got the other one too?
The summer is to celebrate the birth of my daughter.
Awesome.
I'd say I guess at the end of the day, I'm not surprised. I was hoping that he would go Rolex, but because that would have totally blown every kind of like anything, that people were expecting. That's why I kind of picked the dark horse, and I almost had it. I thought I had it there. But congratulations again. You have your Grand Seiko trifecta. And I hope you enjoy it for the next couple of weeks, because then you're going to blow it up anyway. So
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
just want to congratulate you. And if I ever came for the Grand Seiko crown, it now stays firmly back on your head.
I wanted to because I want to say because I am. I mean, there's no other watch that makes me. It's like Bobby Legs and Rolex. There's no other watch that makes me giddy with joy. So, um, I mean, yeah, I figured it was good to just go all in. For now. But Gray Side of the Moon is still Plan A, so I'm going to actively try to make that happen. So, yeah.
The evidence was pointing all towards the green side for me until you revealed it, and then you revealed, all my data and my evidence was wrong. That's why, Sanjay, I should have thought Grand Seiko first, like what Bobby was just mentioning. Always Grand Seiko, Grand Seiko, Grand Seiko. But I still thought we were just going for a curveball here. I thought because you were mentioning the Omega Gray Side of the Moon, I felt that was the thing. I felt like the yellow gold two-tone in the connection with the was something that I was going to be really giddy with it. But I think I know you and Grand Seiko, and I think you have taken away the crown again from Torin on the Grand Seiko, king of references as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, that was intense.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I let you guys down though because it was such a huge build up. I wasn't planning for that.
No, it was as interesting as. I mean, this is why we were always neutral. We always want to get all the facts right. This is all just things. So when you said it, we got this thing. There was a lot of Grand Seikos out there. The Gold Stunner was what everybody was talking about, but you went and you got multiple watches again. Sunday. Next time when you do this, I'm going to think that you're going to get 2 watches again. Because the last couple of times you've done it multiple times, like multiple watches. I guess that's been a diaper fun right there from Bobby Legs. That's perfect.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I feel so bad when people give me cash though.
It's code for diaper fund is code for next watch purchase, by the way.
Right. Thank you. And thank
Watches
you,
inside the
Chaz.
diaper.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, what does that mean?
Funny story. I actually had a member of the Facebook group Sanjay and I are part of. He sent me I bought a watch off him, and he wrapped it in a diaper and mailed it to me in the diaper. I mean, say what you will, that actually protects the watch very well.
Sure it does, and from leaks.
Yes, exactly. In case the watch pees as well.
Yeah.
It'll if anyone's gonna steal it, they're just gonna think it's a used diaper. So thanks so much, Jeffrey. That's really kind. Corey too. Oh man, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, guys. You really.
Let's embarrass him some more, would you?
No, please don't, because it's not.
Can we get some more diaper funds?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so just to open up, I feel like I'm splurging, and then you guys are giving me money. It's not, come on.
Another question that was brought up was, when did you buy the watches? Was it both at the same time on the same day? Was it on the first before, or like not before, after the day number 1, day number 2, before? Please.
It was today, both at the same time.
Okay.
And yeah, my like I said, my wife and the baby only came home yesterday, so I was single dad duty up until yesterday, and as much as I wanted to go out, like yesterday, I packed all the kids into the minivan, and we were gonna go to the AD, and I just bailed. I was like, I can't do this. But
you can't do this because you didn't have room for your children and your watches.
No.
I mean, it's like stroller and or the watch boxes, right?
Yeah.
So when you went today,
yeah,
did you go solo, or did you bring a kid or 2 or 5?
I brought one kid.
The second
Um,
youngest one, right?
So
yeah, the
how?
second youngest.
So I need some advice here from
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
How do you convince Mrs. Sanjay to be like, okay, dear, you can go to the uh, the AD several days after our baby is born? Because I know Mrs. Legs. I wouldn't have any limbs if I asked her like that. Like they just chop arm, leg, done. No way you can have a watch now because you don't have anything to put it around.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My wife is a treasure, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah.
she she yeah. I mean, I made sure she was okay, right?
Yeah.
Um
Good.
like like I mean, I made
Check
sure
mark right there. First,
Yeah. Are
first step
you
one.
okay?
I
Good.
made,
See ya.
I made sure she was taken care of. Um and I said, I didn't give her the option. I said, "Oh, I got an appointment. I gotta
You
go."
gotta
You got to keep your appointments. You know, you got to. You're very.
just clarify.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
still in the hospital.
Yesterday she was.
Okay, so she was at home.
She was at home today.
So, okay,
Yeah. Yesterday would have been easier because I'm, just taking the kids for an adventure. Happened to be at a watch store.
like Bobby was mentioned, because I'm taking notes here. Wouldn't that be harder to say to a person in the hospital than at the comfort of their own home? Hey, I'm heading out for an appointment. Be right back. Because I can't get the first check mark there. I agree with Bobby. I would that'll be an X for me. But just would that have been possible? Well, I know it was easier for you, but would that have been possible?
At the hospital?
Yeah.
It would have been possible for me, because um, she had to stay with the baby, and I had to stay with the kids. So I'm still with the kids, taking care of the kids. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have a meal. Have fun together.
Chuck E. Cheese, 80, come
Yeah,
back. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
smart.
AD mall, get a toy for all the kids, and head back.
Another question I had was: did you only have those two watches, the Tudor and the Seiko, in the trunk of the car, or was there any other watches that just merely missed, you know, getting the?
Oh, well, Zenith narrowly missed the chop. Um,
Okay,
Mm.
so just for the jury here and the expert panel here, can you pull up your Instagram and pull up the third last Instagram post that you have for us? You can screenshot it if you want to, and just share screen it.
let's see. Share screen. Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's the
Oh,
third
yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the beautiful baby on the background. Could you read it to us just as a?
Yes, I said, welcome to the world, baby Emily. Who knows? Maybe the Zenith will be yours.
Just want to Just want
But
to make sure
there,
that you.
there is a guy sticking his tongue out at the end of that, though. It's satire,
Okay, so now we gotta get into the emoji games, right? That's it.
Yes,
Hints.
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a whole new language.
Yeah, didn't see those hidden clues. All right.
Yes, yeah.
So you were thinking about it, but it didn't go through. I mean, we as a panel, I think we all agree that the Zenith looks really good on your wrist,
Hmm.
and I feel
Mhm.
like that is a great watch on you. Just saying. But again, Sanjay, you always throw us with all these,
Yeah.
these transactions.
Could you speculate what tempted you to potentially get rid of the El Primero?
The only reason was to make the gray side of the moon work.
Yep.
Only
Yeah.
reason. And
Mhm.
I fully planned on buying the Zenith back. So, like, not even maybe it'll be there in the future. I'll get it done. It was no, like, within 3 months, I will have the Zenith back kind of thing. So I really love the Zenith, which is why on Saturday when I came home with the Zenith, I was breathing sighs of relief, because I was like, I really like this watch. So I don't want it to go. And
Yeah.
the reason why the Alpinist was easier for me to let go is because this was taking up my dress watch spot, which is strange because
Mhm.
it's very dressy, but it's
Mhm.
more interesting, So I was wearing the Alpinist less and less, even though I really liked it.
A lot of the panel and the audience here was thinking that you were going to get let go of the SLA. Is it still like you didn't even take the watch box, right? Is that true?
I didn't take the SLA with me. It's my diver now. Like
Okay.
that's my only diver. It's gonna endure probably for a
And
while.
you didn't take the SPG Y003, right? Which
I did
feel
not
is-
take that. That did not make it to the second trip on the trunk.
Great.
First trip it did.
I know that was a one trip that you took that watch. I'm surprised you still took that watch that time, but
Yeah. My AD actually asked about it. Asked if it was in the trunk. I said nope.
was he like wearing a napkin around this thing just to make like a buffet? Like, what do we have today? Do we have the SLA? Do we have the Zenith? Do we have
Yeah.
do we get the lobster with the SPG Y003? Was it?
No, like when I state my interest in a few watches, he'll say, "All right, so what do you got?" Pretty much.
Straight up transaction.
Yeah.
Does he come to the trunk of your car, or is there somebody like concierge service that comes with you to the trunk, or do you have to bring it by yourself?
Do you have like a
I-
bell hop cart, like a hotel? Like
No, it's actually a Brinks car comes with me, so
yeah, right.
the armored van.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, when you got your SBGX 261, obviously that was like your substitute to the Alpinist, so you were already fixated on that one watch. When you went into the authorized dealer, were you fixated on the SLGH? When you actually went in, was it more like you wanted to see a range of options there and you tried to figure something out and get something, or was it like you had this fixation prior?
No, I had the fixation
Oh, okay.
because the conversations, all the looking at different options happened on Saturday.
Okay.
So this morning I said, "Hey John, I want to buy this," and I gave him like 3 watches that I was somewhat interested in, and I said I'll probably buy one of this, or this. So, and he said, "Come on over, I'll get them out for you." So
Which one was your first watch that you zeroed in on? Was it the?
today,
Yeah.
it was this. So this was the first one. So this was Plan A for today, and the fall Grand Seiko Seasons fall. With the blue dial, so it was kind of going to replace my blue dial for the Tudor, and the last was my wild card was full gold Zenith El Primero original Chronomaster original. So that
That's
was
a
going to
nice
be
one,
my
actually. Yeah, I like that.
yeah. It just doesn't wear well on me. I wanted to, yeah. But if I was gonna get that, this Zenith would be gone, which goes without saying. But yeah, I wanted to do some kind of precious metal, but it just wasn't working out. Keith was asking what happened to the SPG and 005 for your quartz. That was actually the quartz one I wanted, but they sold it, so it was gone, unfortunately. Otherwise, that probably would be here instead of the SPGX, but I'm not too bummed out about that. Yeah. Checking in on the chat. Colin says he brings his kids so they can carry all the boxes. SBGH 271. I'm sorry if I said SLGH, Chris. It was the SBGH. Okay. Yeah, guys.
Is that your summer the only green dial watch you have?
Yes. So that was actually something I wanted to talk about because I wanted to do like the two-tone Grand Seiko, or not the two-tone, but the full gold, rose gold Grand Seiko.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
So
The price on that is so egregious. Like, I mean, so in Canadian dollars, it's 32,000 Canadian
32. I was going
dollars.
to say, yeah.
The Moser Streamliner Green Dragon is 28, I think, in Canadian. And any other precious metal watch from Zenith, from anyone else, doesn't have like a 3.5 times markup. And it's just such a egregious price, and rightfully so. They can charge what they want, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm a Grand Seiko guy, but would I get that over the not the El Primero, the Streamliner, like the Green Dragon? Would I get that over the Green Dragon? That's moronic. I mean, if I
Did you
really
did
love,
you so that was something of a wild card too that was being discussed as out there was you giving it up for the Green Dragon. Was there a Green Dragon, or were you asking for it, or you were just going in with like Great Side of the Moon, the Rose Gold, and of course the watches you got, or the Zenith?
I didn't ask for the Green Dragon because I knew they were tight on supply. Like they weren't getting any more for the year as of December or something. So I didn't even consider it. Like I didn't even ask for it because I thought it was such a so far off. And if they did get one, they wouldn't take any of my trades for it because they could just get cash right away, like from one of the other collectors.
But they
So
would still consider you though because of the number of transactions you made as a
yeah,
high end customer. You
I
know what
just probably take a bath on the trades just because.
just to get it.
Yeah, and I'm not willing to do that.
Well, unless there's an accident.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, I was thinking I'm okay with settling. So this kind of hits the sweet spot for me when it comes to the Streamliner. It's not the same thing, obviously, but it hits the sweet spot for me when it comes to Streamliner and that precious metal Grand Seiko. Like it's a beautiful textured green dial. So I'm okay with that. You know, it's at least for now, right? While if I ever make it up to that level, I'm okay with this one. This is a good compromise. I know that's an ugly word in this hobby, but I'm happy with it. It's a happy compromise. You know? Yeah. Chris Ward, again, very generous, guys. I'm blown away by all the ridiculous cash you're giving me with this ridiculous hobby. Like I know you guys love me, kinda, I guess, right?
Yeah,
I just
you're
don't
right.
understand it. But thank you, sir. This is your daughter, not your addiction. Seriously, congrats. Savor your time with your kids. It goes way faster than your watches. Absolutely, yes. I totally agree. Which is why I feel like I have to take one of my kids at least with me, or a couple, wherever I
Well,
go.
yeah, it's hard to
Sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, I mean like each time, the last 3 times you went to the AD for a transaction, you took one of your kids, right, with you?
Yes, yeah,
3 of them.
yeah. Over under on how long these last. 120 days. 120 days is a long time. Under Tune Watch Collector says, I'm not surprised, Chaz. Okay. Black Bay Explorer says the only AD with on-site daycare. Yeah. Dan says Artie gets bored of his kids, so he has to make another. That's not too far off, and not in the sense of getting bored with my kids, but needing another baby. Just the joy of having a baby. I know a lot of people talk about crying, and that is a problem, but it's such a joyful time, to have a baby. And once that passes, you're like, oh, I wish I could have another baby. So, yeah, that's how it goes.
You were mentioning that the Grand Seiko Summer had some precious metal in it.
Yes, yellow gold. I'm not sure if the indices are yellow gold. I think they are.
But the logo, right?
Yes, the logo is yellow gold. which is Rob with the cat. But yeah,
Nice.
the logo is the only precious metal, which is the silly part. All right, guys. Well, I figure it's a good time to wrap it up. Do you guys have anything coming up, Rob? You seem to always ask the question.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you taking off Sunday, or are you going to be back on Watch Soup on Sunday?
I was taking it off, but if you'll have me, I'll join
No,
you.
no. I'll take the night off. You got Watch Soup. But I
Oh
will
no, no,
have
no.
some.
Like I wouldn't do Watch Soup on my own. Like
Okay.
if you're gonna do Watch Soup, I might slide
Okay.
in for a
Yeah.
little bit or something like that. But
So let's see if
just
Chaz wants to join us, and you, and then we'll do something on Sunday night.
yeah,
And so I got that, and then a couple of I'll try to get out a review video or two over the weekend, and that's it, man. That's what's going on at the Bobby Legs channel.
yeah. And thanks so much for doing that, Rob. That's really
So
really sweet of you.
my pleasure.
James saying this is for you to spend with your wife and kids, not at your AD. Understood, sir. I know I sound like a horrible husband, but I
No,
mean,
no,
I'm not a.
you're
No,
great.
you're a great person.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that. Yeah. Sorry that I asked these questions. It was just more of a,
No. Hey, ask away. I'm an open book. So
I know that was so. It's nice to get like straight answers each time. You're just giving it.
Didn't plead the fifth. I mean, I know that probably doesn't mean much in Canada terms, but you didn't. You answered the questions. You didn't hide behind anything. We appreciate that.
And Joey was asking a question: was Santiago's life ever in danger? I don't know if you know that reference to that movie, Santiago. Okay, just want to make sure.
No.
Yeah. Okay. No, we figured you.
Is that Godfather as well, or
Yes.
okay?
Yes,
So-
he was under trial.
Godfather.
Yeah, he was
Yes,
under
yes.
trial in the mafia.
It's in the trial of the Godfather. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He went to jail.
Jess says we love sleep deprived Sanjay. Rick, thank you so much. I will get some rest, yes, sir. Oh, Kevin says I don't think they're yellow gold. Okay, I may have been inaccurate.
Wait, is that? I mean, is that true? Is that perjury? The court?
Oh, perjury by ignorance.
By ignorance. Yeah.
Yeah. BJ, appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone. It's it's so much fun. Like, I'm really tired, but this is just I really appreciate just spending time with you guys. It's so nice. So, the Torn, do you have any reviews coming up, or I think you recently put out a video, right?
Pardon?
Did you recently put out a review?
Yeah, I recently put out a review on a divers inspired watch from Out of Order. I
Yes.
mean, kind of a cool fashion brand, I guess. I don't know. They were lent in by some good friends, so
Yeah.
Cool.
it was cool to check out.
Yeah, sounds good. Sam, do you have anything coming up?
Nothing from me. Maybe a new pickup,
Oh.
grand pickup next week. But
The
yeah,
Daytona?
oh no, not the Daytona. For the first time, actually, I got to see wear on a Rolex. I chose the Daytona. I chose the GMT Master 2 and the Explorer Polar, the Polar Explorer, and yeah, there's just something about it. It's perfect dimensions.
Yeah.
There's something. It has. For me, it has nothing to do with the hype. It feels like a perfect watch. I don't know how to explain it.
Which
No,
all
I know.
three, or is it just the? Were you talking the Polar or all three of them?
I got to look at all of them and wear them, but for me, on the wait list, I just put in a Polar Explorer and a GMT Master 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And Bobby, thank you so much for such a fun evening. That was great. Bobby, the watch judge, was good.
We needed to just take all the questioning away from you, so that you say you have a lot of energy that's been spent. So we try to to rev it up from our side. And it's needed, but definitely get some rest, and congratulations again on baby 4.
Thank you.
Hopefully you and everybody there is safe and healthy.
Yeah.
And,
Everyone's doing well. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much again for tonight. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, a great weekend coming up. We'll see you Saturday night. And yeah, remember, you guys are infinitely, infinitely valuable. All right.
Oh,
Take care, guys. Good
take
night.
care.